Morning and welcome to My Help, My Mississippi. We're so grateful and thankful to be with you this morning on WMPR 90.1, the number one station in the nation that's providing you with helpful, healthy information. You're listening to Chef Charles on My Help, My Mississippi, the number one show on the radio. And we're here to tell you today, guys, it's simple, it's factual that high blood pressure is not mandatory. Let me say it again. High blood pressure is not mandatory. Type 2 diabetes is not mandatory. High cholesterol is not mandatory, but action is required. And in order to take some action, you're going to need some education, some information. And that's why we're here this morning. So we want you to get your pens and your paper because we're going to make a difference in your life for the rest of your life. Thank you for being a part of this show every morning, every Thursday morning at 7 a.m. to 8 a.m., where we are fighting for our health. You know why we're fighting for our health? Because our health is worth fighting for. That's it. And fighters stand for future in great health. Today, every day, responsible self. So if you're listening to the show this morning, you are a fighter, whether you're on YouTube, Facebook, or listening audio at WMPR 90.1. Yes, I have two wonderful guests with me this morning, and we're calling this show Move Strong, Eat Strong, and Live Strong, because these two young folks have done it both. Hey, Marcus, they eat strong, they exercise strong, and they live strong. That's what life is all about, guys. You got to go get it. I tell people all the time, good health is not going to come to you. You got to go get that help. Yes. So, and I have with me this morning Donna and Janice Tillman. I'm going to let them introduce themselves to you, and we're going to jump right into the show and provide you with some things that you need. But I want you to hear from them, find out how tall they are, how much they weigh. No, we're just kidding, Janice. You saw how she was looking at me. I can say 100. So we're going to start with you, Janice. Just tell the people a little bit about you and so we can get to know you.
Okay. My name is Janice Johnson Tillman. I am a retired nurse practitioner. I've been in the health field probably about 25 years, actually practicing. Like I said, I'm retired now, so I'm kind of looking at my own health and what I need to do to keep it going. So we went to this wonderful place called the Ark, and that's where I really got involved in helping myself as well as my husband and the rest of our friends to really enjoy and get the best out of what we can get out of exercising and eating healthy.
Mm-hmm. Exercising and eating healthy. Wow, that sounds like a recipe for success. Just that. I love it. Donnie, go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell everybody a little bit about you.
My name is Donald Tillman. I'm literally from Edwards, Mississippi.
Edwards, Mississippi, big old town.
Profession is truck driver. I spend more time in truck driving than any other profession. I drove for 35 years. I've been all over the country in the 18-wheeler. And some folks said that they can't get away from it, but I've gotten away from it, and it has done me well, and it's behind me now. And I look to exercise, and most truck drivers don't have good health.
Yeah.
So because of the fact that the food out there is not what you would say good food or good for your body. But some way, somehow, my wife and I, we got around that. I would keep my food with me or however way I had to do it. But at some point, I went vegan in the midst of that. And it was a pretty tough thing to be on the road and even think about that. I was vegetarian for a long time. I would eat
on the truck.
On the truck, I was vegetarian, but from time to time, I did eat some meat because I couldn't find the proper food to eat on the road.
Okay.
So my life's starting to get better. And I had underlying problems when I was doing that. It's only when I went totally vegan that I experienced the victory in my life, and I walked out a lot of health issues that I had prior to that. So life is good right now. Going to the art, working out, and eating healthy is my thing right now, and it has given me the ability to be able to witness to other people to let them know that there's something good in plant-based diets for each one of us.
So y'all can see why we titled this show "Move Strong, Eat Strong, Live Strong," right? Because these folks are living strong. Because man, Don, just being on the trucks and then attempting to be in plant-based, whether it was vegetarian or occasionally eat meat, that's radical. Because a lot of people just don't even try. Now,
That's right.
and you're thin, and most truck drivers now they're gonna pick up a lot of weight.
That's right. I've seen guys that normal weight and within about 5 to 6 years, they're obese.
Yeah. Yeah, because they're sitting a lot and their schedule don't allow them to exercise. But you still got to make it work with the food, and that's what you were able to do, huh?
That's right. I had a church member. He said, "Mr. Till, what do you do for a living?" I said, "I drive trucks." He said, "That's a job from hell." He said, "Brother, you get away from home. You're not at home. You don't get into exercise, and you just cooped up in that little cab for all those hours driving down the road." In some ways, he has some truth there.
Yeah,
It really is a job that really doesn't do anything for your health because you don't get an opportunity to exercise. They express staying on the road and keeping your left door closed that you don't get any exercise. And when you do
right,
stop, you eating all the wrong foods.
right. It's a real effort to make it work, and you apparently made it work.
Well, I think hereditary has something to do with my size and how I maintain my weight because I have tried to gain weight. When I played college basketball, the
Yeah.
coach tried to put weight on me. I've never been able to gain any weight. So this is not necessary. Most folks think that my diet has something to do with my weight, but it really don't. It's hereditary.
Yeah, well, your dad just had something to do with your health, the way you were able. You may not, because I see you reminded me of so many thin people and being in the medical field a long time. You see this too. I'm so sick. A lot of thin people
Yeah.
are so sick.
They are sick. We
Yeah.
call that skinny fat.
Skinny fat. Okay. Well, you know what? Janice, that is so because that actually that carries a lot of weight. What you just said, because it's the fat in the cells and
Yes.
all that stuff that
And then a lot of them believe that they don't have to exercise
yeah.
because they
Wow.
are thin.
So
They
that's
think we're exercising to get thin, but we're exercising to get healthy.
right.
And see, that's what I try to inform them. You may be skinny on the outside, but most of you have skinny fat, and that's where fat is around your organs. So I instill in them to still exercise. The American Academy says at least 150 minutes a week
Mhm.
that we should get good exercise, and we should, if we're doing walking or anything cardio, we should be at the point where we can talk on the phone but still keep up that pace.
Okay.
And so that'll help you determine if you're getting that good workout or not.
Oh, okay.
And for Donald's health, when he went on the road, what we did was we packed his lunch.
Okay.
We packed his
It
lunch.
was a family effort here.
Yes.
Okay.
And then we also called him. I called him and said, "Have you exercised today?" You're waiting on the load, but get out of the truck.
Yeah, get out
Get out of the truck, walk around, get you some exercise in. Just take a break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Figure it out. So
Yeah.
there's a way you have to do it. You just don't accept the status quo. You make things happen. Like I always say, and we were talking earlier, you got to go get good health. Good health
Right.
is not going to come to you. You just got to go get it, right?
Right.
You sit around, poor health is going to be all over you. Am I right? I mean, it's going to be all
That's
over
right.
you.
You have to be intentional about good health.
Yes.
Just ain't no happen. It just don't happen.
Right. What motivated you all to, we all have like stories, like people who listen to this show know that my mom was obese. She died at 58, sister died at 54, another sister died at 52, dad died at 41. So they kind of know me, and it just sparked me to change the way that I view my life. What motivated you all, Miss Janice, to say, hey, I gotta do something? What motivated you?
To be honest with you, I come from an active family.
Okay.
There were 7 children.
Okay.
And so my parents insisted that we get out of the house.
Okay.
So we got into all kind of games and things like that. And then as you grow up, you keep those habits.
Right.
Went through high school, was very active in sports and things like that. And when I got married, when we got married, you know, I wanted to take the same lifestyle to my children. So they participated in sports and was very active. The one part we were missing was the food part.
Okay.
And I learned about that when I joined the Seventh-day Adventist Church.
Okay.
And as we was going through the seminars and things like that, learning about good health, what to put in your body, what not to put in your body, and things like that, I came across a show. It was ABC News. They brought on a show talking about how the manufacturers now are killing the animals and things like that. And when I saw that, it just grossed me out because it was showing when I was growing up, whenever you killed an animal, you hung him up and let all the oil juices and stuff run out of him and all that stuff, right? So they kind of like help clean the blood from the animals and like that. But what I saw on ABC was they actually killed the animals and left them laying there for hours. Wow. And all that
grossing me out now.
Yeah, that what grossed me out. And I said, my children is eating this.
Yeah.
And so from there, that's where we started the health journey.
Wow.
That really concreted for me. No more meat.
Wow. One time watching that, no more.
Gross.
Oh my goodness. I'm visualizing it. I'm thinking, gee, that's what we got to be really careful. And I tell people all the time, diseases just don't jump on us. We invite them in. You know, and I have said 100 times that our mouth is the door to the house where our liver and our lungs and our kidneys live, Don. Yes. And we just keep opening up the door.
That's right.
Inviting in diseases that don't have to be a part of our life.
Absolutely.
So what is it that was the same thing that got you motivated, that got...
Well, not quite exactly. She joined the Seventh-day Adventist Church, and thereafter my girls, they joined the Seventh-day Adventist Church, and I was feeling, my life is fine. I don't need to join the church. And they would come home. I can remember my 2 youngest daughters, Jade and Danielle. They was like 6 and 7. They came home one Sabbath afternoon, and I was at home, and they said, "Daddy, we don't want to eat meat anymore."
Wow.
She wasn't saying anything. They were doing all the
Oh, that's what you do, right?
And when they said, "Daddy, we don't want to eat the meat," I said, "What y'all want to do?" She said, "Daddy, we want to throw the meat out because we don't want to give it to nobody because it's not fit for human consumption." These are 6 and 7-year-olds talking to me.
Wow.
I said, "Really?" I said, "I got to throw it in the garbage. I paid good money for this meat." And they was looking at me, and they was so sincere.
Right.
So I just grabbed it up, everything, and took the meat and threw it in the garbage. I didn't think it was going to last. I think, it might last about 3 or 4 weeks or so. But guess what? Meat never came back into my house after that. That was in 1991 that this took place.
Wow.
And I never brought meat into the house again. For one occasion, they came home from church one day and I went fishing. And I cooked that fish in the house, and they came in and they smelled that. They opened every window up, took the pans out. I said, "Daddy, you've been cooking fish." I said, "I can't cook fish." I said, "I'm through with it. I didn't cook anything else that had blood in it from that day forward." So
from the mouths of babes, man.
Yes.
That is funny.
But I accepted pretty much the health message at that point, even though I was still eating meat on the road. It's only after I surrendered my life to God that I went totally vegan.
Okay.
That happened in 2000, and all of my underlying health issues dissipated within 6 weeks.
6 weeks.
6 weeks.
Once
I went back to running full-court basketball. I was 43 years old.
Wow.
And I started playing basketball, and I was playing with the City League, and I was going to the seminary playing too. We had a little team together. We
Young man.
Opened up on at 43.
Yeah. Man, come on now. Food matters, huh?
It really
does.
does. And that's really just dawned on me. I said, I could have accepted this 10 years when they
Right.
they accepted it.
It
I
took him
couldn't-
10 years.
Yes,
it was 10 years, brother.
but God is gracious.
He is, isn't it? He is. So you mentioned, Janice, that you went through some a course at church. Do they teach you all about
Yes,
really?
we have a health team
You have a health team.
that we
Okay.
try to teach people about how to eat your beans and your peas and how to cook them where they're flavorful and to get the most out of your nutrition. And that, our bodies is just like a car. When we go to the dealer, they give you a book, right?
Yes.
And this is how you
Manufacturer.
Yes,
Mhm.
this is your book. And they tell you how to change your oils and all those things like that. And we also have another book, it's called the Bible.
Mhm.
God gave us the first diet, which
Mhm.
was fruit, nuts, and grains.
Okay.
And then later on, he added, of course, the herbs, which is the vegetables and things like that. And then man was not eating meat up until after the flood. During the flood, you didn't have anything growing. And I know everybody knows the story of Noah and the ark. Well, in the ark, God put 2 unclean animals, but he put 7 clean animals that you can eat according to Leviticus.
Okay.
And so during that time, man was allowed to eat meat because there was no vegetation upon the ground, upon the earth, because
okay.
of all the destruction and things like that. But after that, God had warned us to go back to the original diet. The original diet has always been fruits, nuts, grains, and vegetables.
But we've never gone back.
We've never gone back. We tasted that meat and decided
This is it.
I'm gonna stay right here.
And and that's really what it is, guys. And we're not saying for any of our listeners to you make the choices that because your choices are going to affect you, not us. But what we want you to do is just have information that can affect your life for the rest of your life. Food matters, and like Donna said, after 5 to 6 weeks of cleaning your body with vegetables
Yes.
and things like that,
Yes.
all of the disease, you felt so much better. You were able to do some things that
Yes, sir.
at 43.
It freed me, my mind up, my
Wow,
body
yeah.
up. When I first thought about eating clean, I thought about my physical being.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be a specimen. I want to be my best, right?
Yeah.
But once I got into the spiritual things, God wants us to clean up our diet that we might be able to make a clear decision for what is right.
Yeah.
You got all this
That's
fat
powerful.
that's floating around in your circulatory system, benumbing your faculties. You can't make a clear decision for what is right. That's why he wants you to clean up your diet so you can make a decision to follow him all the way.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way you put that, because we live for food.
Mhm.
Ain't that the truth?
And what you was just explaining, God wants us to have the right food so that we can be servants, so we can hear, we can
Mhm.
lead, we can do
Amen.
the thing, purpose that He placed us here. Wow, I love that. I love that. So James, we got to ask, being in the medical field for, you said 25 years.
Yeah.
You have seen some things.
I have.
Now, from that side of it, how would you describe, most people that is having to be treated for diseases, is it preventable,
Mhm.
or and people just don't know? Tell us about that.
Everybody has a little bit of knowledge when it comes to the diet. It's whether or not you accept it.
Mm-hmm.
I've had people who were extremely sick, A1Cs, 10 plus, all those things. So what the first thing we do is to educate them about lifestyle changes, decrease the meat in your diet, decrease the carbs, decrease all that fat and things like that. Now, people who accept that and do what they have been educated to do, they are much healthier. You come back, their A1C is maybe down to 7, because we do it every 3 months, maybe down to 7. So they're on their way to decreasing their A1C level. But people who just refuse to hear the word about educating them and about dieting and things like that, it never gets any better.
Right.
And they expect us as providers to continue to give them medication and things like that, which of course we do. But I let them know I cannot out medicate what you put in your mouth.
Okay,
could-
will you say that again?
I cannot medicate what you put in your mouth.
You can't out medicate the food that you put into your mouth
Right.
that's causing the illness. You
Mhm.
can't take enough medicine to handle what you're causing.
Right.
Wow. I wanted to make sure we didn't go over that. That was powerful. Go ahead.
And so, like I said, for those people who accept it, it's much better. The 150 minutes of exercise a day, they come back, they're jubilant, they're excited because look, Miss Tillman, look what I did, and all
Uh-huh.
those things like that. And then they get their family involved. So it's
Right.
just not helping them, it's helping the entire family.
Right.
But those people who just refuse to do what they've learned, it's a progression to getting worse.
Wow. We were talking about, Donna, before we got started. And if you're just joining us, we're talking to Donna and Janice Tillman, retirees. They move strong, they eat strong, so they live strong, and they are exercising. But we were talking earlier about how what we do matter, and we were talking about an old fam commercial that said, "You can pay me now, or you can pay me later, but you gonna pay.
Yes.
You gonna pay.
Yeah, you definitely gonna pay.
If you don't take care of the transmission now, you're gonna have to replace it later. Same way, and you mentioned this with the car, with the motor and all. If we don't follow the manual, it's gonna be some problems.
Right.
So there's a manual with the body, there's some maintenance that we need to do with the body. Am I right now?
That's right. You got to make some of the deposits into the health bank. If you don't make any deposits into the health bank, you can't draw out no good health.
Wow.
When it comes to when you very real need it, you have none.
Mm.
I like the way you said that, simply because I tell people, because they always ask me if I ever catch a cold. Now, what would it look like me running trying to catch a cold? Where are you, cold? I'm coming to get you. I'm coming to get you. No, I try to have my immune system so high
That's
that it can fight off these diseases, these germs, because I can't avoid the germs, right? But I can have a high enough immune system
That's right.
where it can fight off the germs.
That's right.
That's a deposit.
That's
That's
right.
the
It
fact.
You
is.
got to make some health deposits.
That's the part.
Because when I need it to fight off the germ, it's ready, it's willing, it's able, and it's been doing
That's
All
right.
right.
it.
And you got to be intentional about that.
Yes. Nothing happened. And my pastor always said, Bishop Crew, nothing just happened. You have to make it happen.
That's right.
Mhm.
Somebody got to make it happen.
That's
You got to be doing something.
That's right. You know, I preach everywhere I go, and every now and then I use a few words.
Mhm.
That's
I hope
what
y'all
I'm
didn't
doing. It
miss
ain't what I'm
that.
saying.
I hope y'all didn't miss that. Every now and then. But yeah, I mean, and thank you for saying that, because I did not have anyone to preach without saying words when I was growing up about health.
Mhm.
I really did. Good morning, caller. You are on My Help, My Mississippi. Could I help you?
Praise the Lord. I'm enjoying the program as always every Thursday morning. But I do have a question with your guest. Being a cancer survivor and everything, our body is the temple. Can you both tell us about how do you, even you, Chef, how do one, as far as canned vegetables and fresh vegetable, I know you say if it's not grown from the ground, but for those on fixed incomes, can you all kind of shed a light on what we can do to be able to still have vegetables when you can't get to the fresh market or know someone to make sure that we're eating properly at all time? I know about the fruits, but as far as she was saying about the animals, there's pesticides and different things in the fruits as well, or how they keep it on the shelves, preserving it. how do one distinguish and how do you know, again, what you're putting in your body is going to help your immune system? I'll hang up and listen. Thank you all for the show.
And thank you for being a listener. That's a great question. I can't wait to dive in. And thank you for caller for fighting for your health as a cancer survivor. My sisters, both of them didn't survive it. So I can't wait to dive in. But I want to, Janice, from a medical perspective, you've seen everything. Anything that you would suggest?
Well, if you have to eat canned vegetables, I would say wash them off, because there's so much sodium that's packed in there to preserve it. So the first thing I would say was just to go ahead and wash the vegetables and things like that. And during the wintertime, it is almost impossible to get vegetables, fresh vegetables and things like that. But I would say, and it's probably going to cost more, but sometimes we have to spend a little more to get the best vegetables for ourselves. Lettuce is relatively available most times, and lettuce is a great starter for fresh vegetables and things like that. Most time we will have some fruits at the grocery stores and things like that, but read your labels as well.
Yes.
And I know for myself, I'll be standing up in the store and people be looking at me strange, like, what is she doing?
I know that feeling,
She's
girl.
reading a story? What is she doing? But I continue to read the labels to get the best things possible for put in my body. And also, Google is a great tool now that you can look up some of the, I guess you would call them the preservatives to make sure you don't get, I would say, the worst preservatives in the foods and things like that. But get you a list, and when you go to the grocery store, compare the list that you have with what's in the vegetables that you're getting off the counter when it comes to canned vegetables and things like that. Because there are some out there that are better than others.
Yes, always. The label is if you don't get anything else out of this morning show, start reading the labels, okay? Not the ones on the front, the ones on the back, okay? The ones on the front is just to inspire you. The ones on the back is to inform you. Let's be informed about what we put into our system, okay? Anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, I would say stay with frozen vegetables instead of canned if you can. The frozen vegetables are going to be a lot more healthier for you. And then you got less preservatives and stuff that's on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do Purple Hub peas and put them up from the garden. And my wife know how to blanch them and stuff and put them up for during the winter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, recently we just grabbed, she said, we got these Purple Hub peas. Let's go and start cooking them now. I'm going to start planting them here pretty soon. So let's try to clean it out so we can start all over again.
And let me just say again to the caller, thank you for fighting for your health. And I want to be real clear on this because we have people on WMPR 90.1, Facebook and YouTube all over the world here, and where you may be, it's going to depend on what's available. Mm-hmm. And whether or not you have a small income or a little income. One of the things that we're going to do, guys, is we're going to eat. Mm-hmm. Okay, we're going to eat. Yes. And we're going to find a way to eat. But let me say this. The vegetables, regardless of where you get them from, they are better in you than in the can or frozen or fresh. We just got to get them into our system so that they can go to work for us. Amen. So here's the way that you want to look at your vegetable. And you have heard me say, if you want to be healthy, stay around, eat from the ground. So thank you for reminding me of that. But what comes from the ground can also be placed in a can. When you look at the ingredients on the back, you want to make sure you can get low sodium, and you want to have one ingredient. If it's black beans, it should say black beans, okay? And not a whole lot of others added in it. When you're buying beans, buy beans, whether they're frozen, whether they're dry, or whether they're out of the can. We want the nutrients in our system, so we have to have a strategy in how to get them into our system. If they're in a can, just like it was said, Jenny said, you want to rinse them off. First of all, try and get low sodium or no sodium, and then you rinse them off regardless of what you find, okay? You rinse those babies off really good. Don't use the water that they're packed in, okay?
Yeah.
And whether you can get frozen, and the fruits are the same way. If you're gonna use fruits out of the can, because as a cancer survivor, there's one thing that you're gonna need is, I would really encourage you to keep that immune system up, and your beans and your vegetables, your legumes, and your grains are gonna be important to your body, right? And so even if you're buying greens in a can, rinse them off. Even if you're buying beans in a can, rinse them off. Let's just make sure we get those nutrients where? In our system, so that they can start doing what? Working for us to fight off these diseases, to help battle cancer, to help battle these other diseases. Your diet is important. Your diet matters. So thank you again for being a listener, a survivor, and more than anything else, thank you for being a fighter, because you're fighting for your health, and I can appreciate that. So I really appreciate that question, because a lot of times we just don't know, right? And you know, and I'll be teaching today actually at an apartment village. I think it's Southwest Village. And it's called Basic Health. And we're going to be showing them the basics where there's not a lot of money, but there's still healthy food.
Yes.
We got to go get it, though. Am I right?
That's
We
right.
still got to go get that help.
That's right.
Go get that help. I'm telling you guys, let's go get that good help. So that's what we want to do. Again, thank you for that question. And I know, Janice, you've seen a lot of people in your profession before you retire with all kind of diseases and things. And like I love what you said. That when people start seeing themselves get healthy, when they do what we're told, they get excited.
They do. They do.
And then the attitude is so important when you
It
get
is.
excited, man.
Yeah. They can stop taking a couple of medicines.
Whoa,
You know what I'm
yes.
saying? Yeah. They get
Yes.
excited. I don't have to take this pill this morning. I'm doing well. It's all gone.
See,
Yeah.
I don't know no one, Donna, that grew up said, well, you know, one day when I grow up, I'm gonna be on 16 medications. I can't wait to get on blood pressure. You know, my daddy was on, my mom was on. I can't wait to get on. Nope, that's not anybody's goal.
Right.
But a lot of times, what we don't understand, and I like to say, it's not in our DNA, it's in our DIET. And what mom and them passed down
Yeah.
is the diet,
It is.
not the medication.
It is.
Right.
Okay, but we get the diet, and the diet brings on what?
Disease.
Diseases. And the doctors do, and you can't blame the doctor for prescribing medicine, because their job is to do what? Treat it once it's diagnosed.
Right.
Our job is to what? Get rid of it
That's
and
right.
prevent it, man.
That's right.
I don't want it.
Right. And working with your doctor, you can get rid of it.
Yes.
But you
Yes.
have to be willing to change.
You know,
Change that diet. You know, it's gonna be okay. We all start out a little slow sometimes.
yes, we do.
But we can rev it up.
You know, Janice, I've said we've been taught wrong for so long.
Yeah.
And we do start off slow because we a lot of times don't know.
That's right.
But Donna, I would tell people that work with your doctor. Man, if you're on medication, please stay on your medication
Mhm.
and start working with the doctor. If I needed medication right now for high blood, I would take it. But you know, my main attitude, Donna, would be, okay, doc, the blood is up now. I gotta get rid of it. Cause see, I'm not proud of it. And there's no honor to walk around here with it, right?
That's
Now I need to be treated while I need to be what? Treated.
That's right.
But doc, I'm putting a plan together because I'm getting off this mess.
Yeah.
Right.
That's just how I would be. Why? Because I've seen mom and them do that, and all they did was to take medication that caused kidney failures, and it caused a lot of other
Yeah.
things. So my mom was on kidney dialysis, and I was there watching that kidney machine do what the kidney was supposed to do but couldn't do
Right.
because of all the medication that had affected the kidney. I'm not going down that road. So I'm adamant about fighting for my health. And that's why I can appreciate the listeners, the callers, about wanting to get information. I'm telling y'all, that's why, we listen to WMPR 90.1, the number one show on the radio, because we're providing you with information that's going to make a difference in your life for the rest of your life. So we're going to take a break, Marcus, and we're going to come back on the other side again. I have Donna and Janice Tillman with me. Look, guys, they are indeed moving strong, eating strong, and these folks are living strong, y'all. We're going to take a break, and then we're going to come back on the other side, and we'll see you then. Marcus, I love this theme music. Bum, bum, ba, bum.
All right,
The future in great health today. Every day, responsible self. Where the fires we died for health. The future in great health today. Every day, responsible self. Where the fires we died for health. The future in great health.
Well, all right, you're back listening to My Help, My Mississippi, where I have with me the Donna and the Janice Tillman. Folks are living strong. Why? Because they eat strong and they move strong. Listen, what goes into our bodies matter. Giving our body the things that it needs to do what? Fight for us. Listen, guys, all we're saying is do what it takes that's going to help your body fight off these diseases and not do what? Cause these diseases, right? I'm still sick after Janice described how they were killing animals and that's gross. Man, if I was eating meat, the day would be the last day. That's for sure. Well, the part of this show, guys, is called Who Am I? But first, I want to tell you a little bit about where I'm going to be. There is a Diabetic Plaza 2.0 at Jackson Hilton, 1001 East County Line Road. That's February 28th, 8:30 to 1:30. I will be doing a cooking demonstration there. That's the Diabetes Foundation. This is the 42nd Annual Patient Education Super Conference at the Hilton. So that's going to be on the 28th. Man, I love being able to just be out in the public educating. So I'll be doing a cooking demonstration there. And spring into fitness. This will be March the 7th at it's going to be almost in your hometown. It's in Bolton, which is near Edwards. So we'll be there March the 7th. They're going to have it's going to be a health and wellness fitness 5K run, and then we're going to have a cooking demonstration. There's a lot of education going to be taking place there. So be looking for more information. I'll have that for you next week. Now, who am I? This part of the show, I describe a food, which may be a vegetable, may be a fruit, it may be a legume, which is beans and peas, and it may be a grain, which is rice and whatnot. Okay, but who am I? First of all, this is one of my favorites. I get a little bit of this one every day. But who am I? I am rich and natural nitrate, which helps relax and widen blood vessels, improving blood flow, and lowering blood pressure. Wow. And I always say, if the blood don't flow, the toes got to go. Y'all, we got to keep the blood flow. We got to keep the blood flowing. They don't cut your toes off for nothing. They cut them up because the blood is not going, okay? I improve your heart health by improving circulation and reducing strain on the heart. I support overall cardiovascular health. This being February, Heart Health Month awareness. Man, I need to increase this. This y'all gonna love this one. I increase exercise performance. The nitrate in me improve oxygen efficient, helping you exercise longer and recover faster. Okay, so nobody is getting it in the chat. Yeah, let me go to the. I'm anti-inflammatory. I support your liver, your digestive health. I even help with blood sugar. Despite being sweet, I have a moderate glycemic load and may help reduce blood sugar due to my fiber and antioxidant content. Now, here's what's gonna help you. I'm deep red, sometimes purple. When you slice me, I look like tree rings. I can stain your hands and your cutting board. Athletes love me because I help with endurance and I help lower blood pressure naturally. Who am I? Okay, let me go with another one, give you another hint. This vegetable looks like it belongs on Valentine's Day. It's red like the heart, and it actually helps your heart. It improves. All right, I like what you said. Marcus got it over there. Good job, Marcus. Oh, Janice got it too in the chat. Jane got it, not Jen. Jane got it. All right. I am sweet, but I'm not candy. I grow underground. I turn your juice bright crimson. And if you're not careful, I'll turn your kitchen red too. I am a root vegetable. You can roast me, juice me, or grate me raw. Even my leaves are edible. And I'm known for boosting oxygen flow in the body. Yes. Yes. Somebody else got it. Yes. I am beets. Yes, I am beets. Now, when it says you can roast me, juice me, and even my leaves are edible. Oh yeah, listen, I do that all the time. But let me tell y'all what y'all instructor did to me yesterday. See, I don't cook without a timer. I go to the back room, right?
Right.
Now, I had roasted me some beets and I washed my greens on top. You got to start cooking those. Don't throw those away. I don't buy beets without my greens on top.
Okay.
And I had washed those babies and I put them in a bag and then I had put them on to, because they cook quick, to saute them a little bit. And I went in the back and I had that timer on. Yeah, the timer went off. She didn't say nothing. She said, usually she'll call me. That thing went off. The thing went going up. I'm burning my beets. I gotta give. My greens. I gotta give me some more greens. So I'm telling her story all.
It happens.
It happens, right? But yeah, those they are edible and they are good. Oh my God, and the health benefits of. Listen, guys. I also want you to know that I will send you if you email me. I'm telling you, I like mine roasted, but there's so many different recipes that we can use to get our beets into our system. I don't care if you get them out of the can, wherever you get them. I just want you to make them taste good because nobody's going to eat nasty food. I don't eat nasty food. Okay? I don't bring me no nasty food telling me it's healthy for me. You eat it. Okay? I want good tasting food. So my point is, I'll shoot you some recipes on how you can use it if you email me at charles@myhelpmymississippi.com. No, charles@myhelpmymississippi.com. Yeah, that's right. That's my email address. Or you can reach me at myhelpmymississippi.com. Put in your contact information and just simply say beets, and I'll send you some recipes if you need. We got to get them into our system. Think with that much benefit? Oh, yeah. I get it every day. Yeah. I figure out when I find out the goodness of the food, this is how my system stay ready.
Beyond Meat has beets in it as well, which gives the red texture.
Yeah.
In Beyond Meat.
I have
that's processed food though. If you can't get it outright, then you can get it in some cases in processed meat.
Yeah, slightly processed. And listen, I would take, and people always ask me, about Beyond. Listen, I'll take the Beyond Meat, the processed veggie burgers over regular meat.
Eat that to
I
try.
don't have to have it now, but as a transitional food,
Yes, that's what
it
it's
is
for.
okay.
You have
Okay.
to start somewhere.
You have to start somewhere. So don't let nobody tell you, well, that's just as bad. No, it's not. Let me tell you why it's not as bad. First of all, it has fiber in it, and nobody had to die in order for them to make it. Okay, fiber, because we trying to get fiber in our system. And meat has how much fiber?
None.
Zero. Dairy has how much fiber? Zero. Egg has how much fiber? Zero. All we're trying to do is get the fiber in the body, because fiber is to the body what Drano is to a stopped up sink.
That's it.
And we got to go get that fiber, guys. And fiber is not going to run you down. You got to go get it. Oh, my goodness. Good morning, caller, and welcome to My Help, My Mississippi.
Yeah, good morning. I was wondering, you was talking about the beets. What about the beet tablet? Is they just as good?
Okay, I will. Thank you for bringing that up, because
Okay, thank you.
okay, all right, thanks. Okay, guys, that's such a good question, and I appreciate my listeners so much, simply because sometimes we can start talking and you miss out some things, and people think, well, I'm gonna take beet pills, or I'm gonna take beet vitamins and all that stuff. Let me just say this about when it comes to your vitamins, when it comes to these pills, most of it go right out with the urine. Okay, it does. Your body knows how to break down, how to receive, how to break down things in its natural form.
Right.
But when it is taken out of its natural form, then I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, because your body can use some of that, but the best way to get it is at its natural form. So thank you, caller, for reminding me of that. And it's the same way with ginger, and all these people take and they put all that sugar in it and all that added stuff.
Right.
Man, when I want my beets, I want my beets. I didn't ask you to put anything else in it. Why you know what I call that? Disrespecting me and expecting me to disrespect my body. And I'm not disrespecting my body. And I have a liver, lung, and a kidney that take care of me, and I get upset when I see things like those ingredients. They really get mad at me when I'm in stuff. I be pushing that stuff so far back on the shelf because I don't want nobody else to get hurt with it.
Right.
But here's my point. Yeah, I love that question, caller. I really appreciate that, because it's important to know when you can get things into your body at its natural form. And let me be real simple with it. The less man has to do with it, the better it is for you. Okay? If they cut it up, wash it, put it in a can, okay, that's fine. If they put it in a bag and they freeze it, that's fine. They didn't have too much to do with it. If they just pick it from the ground and you get it, it's even better for you, right? But when they start processing it, putting it in a pill, putting sugar in it to make it taste good for you, now they don't seem to care about you. They're trying to sell you rather than help you. So they're taking away the health, a lot of it, and it's all about the dollars in that case. But such a great question there. So did you know did you know it was beet?
Mhm.
You know already, huh? Did you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
You knew it was beet?
We tried to keep some beets in our diet. At one point, I bought the dried beets.
Uh-huh.
We done that. And she says it tastes like dirt. So
Yeah.
it comes in and out. Once we are aware of it, we want to try to incorporate it in our diet. But most of the time, it's not there. And like I said, Beyond Meat has it.
Mhm.
So it's a process.
Yes, listen, I like to bring these vegetables, I like to bring these fruits, and I like to tell all the health benefits of it, Janice, because see, Steve Jobs said it best. He said, if you don't make food your medicine, then medicine will become your food.
You're right.
And I like to tell people the health benefit
Yes.
of my food And this is why I'm eating the way that I'm eating. I eat my medicine. People always say, well, I'm a picky eater. Well, I'm a picky medicine taker.
That's
I'm a
right.
picky medicine taker. I don't
Yeah.
want no medicine. I have a shirt that says medication is not my destination.
All right.
I'm picky. So in order to be a picky medicine taker, I gotta get the food in my system. So I tell people I eat my medicine rather than take somebody else's.
And it's better for your body.
It's so much better for the body. The body can break it down. So Janice, how I want to, the children's now, when they were young, oh my goodness, was that your plan? You didn't say nothing when y'all was converting old Donna here. Oh, you just let the children,
Let the
because
children
but you all were going to Seventh-day Adventist Church, and I love that because I've spoken at Seventh-day Adventist Church, and I've had them on my show. I've had May Henry, and I've had several people on my show, Seventh-day Adventist, because I love that you all are being taught about the importance of food, and I know food matters.
Yes.
So at church, the children was sitting in on that education too.
Of course.
Oh my goodness!
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, of course. You want them to learn as well, so that they would know that it's not just coming from the mama. It's
Wow!
coming from the book and
Yeah.
from health professionals who can tell you about your diet and things and what is good to eat. And do you know they're still vegan today?
Wow! Get out of the town now!
They can cook some of the amazing food.
Oh my goodness!
My oldest makes an apple pie. The crumble apple
Yeah.
pie? She makes it from scratch, and she's got all the good ingredients. It's vegan.
Wow!
Yeah, they both do. They are
Wow!
both great cooks.
So when
Wow!
when she shows up in Mississippi, she know I gotta have my apple pie.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, man. Look, I baked one for a Super Bowl apple pie, and man, 100% vegan, no artificial sugar, just natural.
Yeah.
And Gail left me out of the two pies, just one little piece in there. I saw last night that I'm gonna try and beat her home and eat. I love me some apple pie though. But I know one of our online viewers, London, was asking about how to prepare beet juice. So please shoot me an email because I want to send all that out. How you can prepare hamburgers with beets, how you can juice with beets. There's so many different ways to make it good. Guys, I want you to make it taste good because I want you to enjoy your
Yes.
food. So please shoot me an email at charles@myhelpmymississippi.com. And so I can get you that information out. We got to do that because it's easy to juice.
Yes,
It's
it
easy
is.
to juice, and man, it tastes so good too when you do it that way. But with the children, so and again, guys, your children, your grandchildren, because my grandchildren, they were sitting at our house, and some of them, I have 4 daughters, and some of them, they really every last one of them exercise
Great.
because
Great.
it's natural. They saw it
Yes.
all these years, and they are conscious about what they eat.
Mhm.
Okay, and not all of them are vegan, but some of them are. Now, but here's what I want to say: like look, I'm living for my grandchildren too. This is legacy stuff. So what you was doing, this is legacy. If your children are doing this, then your grandchildren are gonna be affected by this, guys. We're leaving a legacy here.
We are.
And so my grandson was there, and they had his mama, I'm telling it on, had bought some pizza. And he said, "Papa, you want some pizza?" And she said, "Well, Papa don't eat pizza, baby." He said, "Well, why?" Well, why? I said, "Well, Papa he's healthy." You know what he said? "Well, I want to eat healthy too."
That's it.
Smart.
Heck yeah.
Yeah,
But
that's
I
the
thought, what an example. Okay, what an example.
Mhm.
We got to be examples
Yes.
for. Okay. So again, back to you about your daughter, your children. Now, how many you have again? 2?
We have 3.
You have 3. Okay.
Mhm. We have 2 girls and a boy.
2 girls and boys. So they were at church and they were listening, and then they came home. And did you tell them to tell Daddy about this meat?
I did not. I did not tell them about the meat. I'm telling you, it's graphic.
It's
When you see all those animals laying down after they done hit them in the head, and it's just
Right.
it's perfect. And they were at that tender age too. You know, they love animals and things like that.
Oh
so,
yeah, and that was grossing them out. Huh?
yes.
So I want to know before we wrap up here, I'm gonna get you all's perspective. And you first done it. What would you tell somebody that's because you at 43, then running around here like a 20-year-old, you know, playing gym, you playing ball in the gym, man, you could have really got hurt. But anyway, someone that's 50, 60, 70 years old may still think it's too late. Because I was talking to an 80-year-old yesterday that had cancer, and she got her life right when it comes to the food and life. But what would you tell people that think it may be too late at, let's say 50, 40, 50, 60, 70 years old, 80 years old now, and beyond?
I would say stay open to the health message. The health message, when it comes to you, you have to weigh it up. And regardless of what your age is, if you've never heard this stuff, that means that it is grace that's been working in your behalf.
Amen.
And when you have learned what is right, you should do what is right, regardless of your age, because God can bring us to a point in our lives and where we be 80 years old, we can get the benefits of living a clean, healthy diet. And it's benefits that come along with
even
it.
at 80.
It clears up your cognition. And you have the ability to be able to move around. If you start that process, and you never know how far you can go with it, even at 80, because the body is amazing. It heals itself when you give to the right food medicine.
Yeah.
And you can have victory in your life and know that there's some changes yet you can experience even at 80.
Wow, that's awesome. Janice, what about you? What would you leave for our listeners?
I would leave for our listeners as well that it's never too late. Get out and try things. Don't overexert yourself at first, because I think a lot of us do. We get this urge that I got to exercise now.
Right.
And we go out and we do all these strenuous things, and then we wake up the next morning, we can't even get out of bed.
Right.
So take it easy, but stay on a steady course, and you will see the amazing results. It's never too late. God always has a blessing when you start a change that is going to be good for you. God comes right along with you and helps you through those things that you're going through. And give you success.
He's always there. In other words, he'll never leave you or
Nor
forsake.
forsake.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Well, listen, guys. I want to leave you with this. It's the February thought. Your body is a gift. Caring for it is an act of love.
Yes.
Your body is a gift. Caring for it is an act of love. We thank you for. First of all, thank you, Janice. Thank you, Donna, for being willing
Thank
to
you for
being
having
willing
us,
to.
brother.
Man, this has been so much good. We gotta do it again. I know y'all gotta go work out today,
That's
right? So I appreciate you all for what you're doing, and thank you for being a part of My Help My Mississippi. And to you, audience, thank you for being a faithful listener, because you are willing to fight for your health right here on WPR 90.1. The #1 show on the radio, My Help My Mississippi. We'll be back next week, same time, 7 a.m. We'll see you then. Marcus, can we get that theme music, man? The future in great health. Today, every day, responsible self. We're the fighter. The fighter. We're fighting for our health. Y'all got it from me. All right now. We'll see you next week, guys. Have a great day.
Keep fighting for you.
That's right.